Christian Capel here again from onmontlake.com. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed to my new YouTube channel already. We passed the 500 subscriber mark 5 days after we posted our first video. Today, I'm going to take you behind the scenes inside Washington's updated recruiting lounge. You saw some shots there from the first floor. That's the view, of course, from the fourth floor. On the ground floor, after you enter, you see this little tribute to Trent McDuffie and his Super Bowl championship and participation. 4 different Morris Trophy awards on display for Caleb McGarry, Vita Vea. You see Troy Fautanu there, Greg Gaines there. Then take the elevator up to the 4th floor where the coaches' offices are to check out the recruiting lounge. Jedd Fisch has done a lot of renovations since he took over. See, even the elevators are updated with a map of Seattle there. This trophy case part has been here in the past. This is not new, but it's probably something you haven't seen before, maybe in photos in the background of coach press conferences or something. That's the big prize right there, the national championship from the 1991 season. And you walk in and you see Jedd Fisch's messaging everywhere. You see their little reader boards there talking about the home winning streak, active NFL players, Papa Shot there. There's an NBA Jam arcade game next to those basketball hoops, some bar top seating here looking out at the stadium. Give you a little closer look at what's over in the corner here. There's NBA Jam. Let's take a little bit better look at that, though, because that's pretty cool. That fridge has all sorts of sodas and waters in it. This is a cold brew on tap, and I believe the other one's kombucha. Landon Hatchett was drinking some cold brew while I was talking to him. Said it was going to change his life. See the snacks there. A little better look at the refrigerator here. There's the NBA Jam setup. You'd like to have that in your house, I bet. Video game action going on. No recruiting lounge is complete without a pool table. So no recruiting lounge is complete without 2 pool tables, especially when one of them is just a few steps from a fireplace. Jedd Fisch has displayed here each of Washington's first-round draft picks who are still active in the NFL. There's 8 of them. You can see their names there. A few who played on that 2023 team. Little shoe display here next to a desk outside of the head coach's office. Some ribbon boards in case you forget how many conference championships Washington has won and you need to know on the spot for trivia purposes. 2 national championships as well, but you probably knew that. This is interesting, the 5th quarter room, and if you read onmontlake.com, you've probably seen me write about this. Jedd Fisch talked about it a bit in our one-on-one from Media Day, if you want to check that out. There's all kinds of leadership tools in here. This is where Washington's Leadership Council meets. They work with Cindric Steptoe. There's all kinds of organizational sayings and mottos and tools, and they do activities in here. They work with kind of a leadership coach named Brad Deitzer who comes in, I believe, once a month to lead different group activities geared toward kind of getting these guys ready for life after college. This is, call it Jedd Fisch's version of what you might have remembered Built for Life being under Chris Peterson. They have what they call the GOAT board here, I suppose, with all kinds of athletes who are in that conversation for greatest of all time. They had each position group take down a ceiling tile recently and write their goals on it. You probably don't need me to explain the metaphor behind that one. We were here on Tuesday, after all, for Washington's pre-camp media day, where we found out that players and coaches are already pretty optimistic about the upcoming season.
We've got all the pieces now. There's nothing you can look at and say, we don't have the depth at the O-line anymore. We do have that. I feel really, really solid about the offensive line.
It was a chance to catch up with every one of Washington's assistants. You see offensive line coach Michael Switzer there. Had a chance to chat with Kevin Cummings about Denzel Boston and some of Washington's other wideouts. Scotty Graham talked about how smart Jonah Coleman is, how much of the offense he picked up early in his career and can now help teach some of the younger guys. And Ryan Walters, breaking news, also excited to be here. Had a chance to catch up with safeties coach Taylor Mays, chatting about the competition there between C.J. Christian, Mikel Esteen, and Alex McLaughlin. John Richardson talked about the kind of season Takario Davis wants to have coming to join his old coaching staff for his senior year. You see Carver Willis there. Denzel Boston says he feels good headed into camp after missing spring while recovering from some off-season procedures. Damon Williams Jr. Is here talking about building rapport with the new receivers.
Build that chemistry early. I feel like they definitely corrected that over the summer. Getting those reps with the young guys and the transfers that weren't here last year?
But right now, I'm really excited about what these freshmen have come in and done. Physically to their bodies, how they've worked. They're getting prepared mentally. They're really talented.
Fun fact, McKellis Dean is the last member of Washington's 2020 recruiting class to spend his entire career at Washington, although Garen Hatchett is back this year after spending a year at Oklahoma. That's it for me from Husky Stadium on a sunny Tuesday. Huskies are pretty bullish on their team. I think you're probably pretty bullish on this view. If you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe, click like, leave a comment. We'll talk to you soon.